And, I always love to get other people's perspective. And, of course, we were talking about the black fatigue. And I'm like, I understand it, but then no. What I stated was, you cannot have black fatigue after indoctrinating a people for over 400 years to hate themselves. And then once they do, you see the manifestations of it. You indoctrinated. And so now you see it. How you mad? Maybe it's white slavers, white racist fatigue. Because a lot of us did not come over here for fun. We were stolen. Not only were we stolen, we were raped. Our black men was sodomized, lynched. I can't tell you the stories that I've researched of someone talking about and talking back, and they would have a hammer and knock their teeth out. Do you understand how slavery was? I couldn't imagine. And then we have the Jim Crow and the civil rights, where you didn't even want us to be 3/5. You didn't want us to drink out the same water fountain. You didn't want us to have nothing. And then when we did start to be like, okay, let's continue and do what we're supposed to do amongst ourselves. Like I said, Tulsa and a lot of different communities, and we have one here in Nashville. You burned it. But now you have black fatigue because you're seeing the manifestations. When I tell you, gentrification in Nashville is wild. The area that I grew up in, it was all black. But these were black people. We had homes. Like, I wasn't raised in a ghetto, but I was raised in a black community of homeowners. And they snatched that from us because a lot of our people don't understand real estate and selling. They just don't. But how are you going to fault your 80-year-old grandmother with not understanding that the house that she paid $30,000 for is now worth $1 million? But they gonna give your grandmother $500,000. Of course she's gonna sell. It's the trickery of it all. But you got black fatigue. When y'all, how? Nick Fuentes says, all the black people, all the crimes y'all commit, if I had a snap of a finger and remove all the black people, we wouldn't have no crime. No, that's cap. Because you do. This black on black thing, black on black crime is odd to me. Because it's proximity. Yeah, black people gonna kill black people more of the time because that's who they're around. If you're around some killers, they're gonna kill whoever's around. That's what they want to do. It's white on white crime. Majority of white people get killed by whom? Oh, white people. That Amanda Seals things, I got a lot of hate for that. And I was told you're a Democrat now? No, I'm not. I've always was conservative. But now I'm seeing like black conservatives, I don't want to be no part of. Because they don't want to recognize history. They want to rearrange and change history. And I'm not. Absolutely not. White on white crime. It happens. It's the proximity. That's it. I'm sorry, I'm ranting, and I'm going to read the comments. But it's just odd to me, this black fatigue. Well, how long has black people had white fatigue? How we so tired of white folks just always wanting to mess us up. Oh, Courtney comments. Oh, Courtney, you're a victim. You're a victim. The victim mentality. Well, first of all, not a victim. I'm well. I'm well educated. I have a good job. I'm not a victim, but I understand. And I understand that understanding my past makes it super Gucci so I don't relive the past and I can change the future. I do believe in generational curses. I do believe, and not saying black is a curse, let me be very clear, but I do believe that being indoctrinated, a mindset, your mind, can continue on in generations. That's why you see a lot of our kids doing a lot of stuff, because you see their mothers doing it. They didn't stop it. And it hits a generation, a generational curse. That's a spiritual thing. And that's not a race thing. It's spiritual. I bind the spirit of generational curses. We will be better. We will teach our children better. But it is. And what has happened is that, a lot of us has been indoctrinated. Why? Well, it's funny because they had laws to make sure that we were not going to be great. They don't have to do that now. They have social media. So social media will show like it's cool for BBLs. It's cool to, be trifling. And social media has indoctrinated this generation. Now, me being a parent, I watch my daughter, her social media, and I have to check her. My daughter's about to be 10, and she's really into her clothes, and she's very extra. She's very extra. But I have to check her. If she doesn't pronunciate something, I'm like, no, that's not how we speak. You say it like this. And I have to be. And that's what we have to be. But I don't think that that's a race thing. Like, is a lot of it geared to us? Yes. But as a parent, check your child. That's your responsibility. Again, you're raising a new generation. My daughter will be better than me. In every aspect that I could say. Her mentality, her being smart. She's beautiful. She's going to be better than me. But as a parent, that's my job. Oh, you guys, a lot to say. Yeah, I do. I was watching this Nick Fuentes joint, and he was, black people, we don't like you. Don't you take accountability for yourself? Well, white folks, have you ever? Because you don't want to give us reparations. And that's being accountable. It's you for decades worked my ancestors for free. You don't think money is owed? And so when we ask for reparations, you think that we're begging for a handout? No, you owe us. The slave owners, when slavery got annulled, the slave owners got reparations because their work couldn't be worked like it used to be because of the slaves, and they got reparations. The audacity that the government has to not think reparations is owed for generations and generations of my people working with nothing. Not a dime, not a pot to piss in. That's what we say in the country. You owe us. That's a victim mentality. No, it's a get us right mentality. You owe. Well, the slaves is dead, so I don't have to pay nothing else. No, you're going to pay the descendants of. Because what I work, I don't only work for me. What I have is for my daughter. The blessings that I have is for my daughter and my daughter's kids and family. Oh, did they tell you though that these corporations that profit off slavery back in the day are still profiting? Also, you still making money of how it started what you did off of mine. Child, no. So, like I said, the last video I made, it was just, you're a Democrat now, Courtney. No, I'm not. I'm just logical and sensible about what's going the hell on. That reminds me, my house, I be walking around like it's a resort. Because it is mine. It is a resort. I'm robed out and shiny flip-flops, super extra. Hey, Marcus. So yeah, I hate that. I hate. Oh, and let me say this. Because, I'm seeing a lot of black conservative channels get hated on. Oh, they mad. I'm not even going. That'll be for another show or another live when I rant. But this one is, I'm tired of this black fatigue. How you mad at how some black people are manifesting what was indoctrinated in them? Black on black crime, y'all hate each other, y'all killing each other. Well, what will we taught? That's it. And do I like it? No, but do I understand it? I do. A lot of people don't have the capacity to overcome, and that's what I hate. First of all, I don't say that. I can't stand the idea of immigrants coming over here saying that I got my stuff up from the bootstraps. First of all, you had to have some money to come over here. That's cap. Baby, my people was stolen. You got some money up because you just can't come over here with a dime. You liar. You came over here with some money. And to build yourself up because you had to get away from You had to get away from it. If you could build yourself from the bootstraps, then you would have stayed in your country. That's just it. Sorry. You know, and the 20 and the verses like the Amanda Seals, like, I couldn't believe that I agreed with her. But all the immigration joint, I would have had to be like, no, she ain't say nothing wrong. But she said a lot of stuff wrong. She probably like, why are you bringing up some old shit? Because you said something I ain't like and that I checked. Why don't you see shows like Family... What? You don't see shows like Family Cosplay? Of course you don't. Do you think they want black people to understand that a lot of us is good? A lot of us do have families. Like, I have a daddy. I have a stepdaddy. I got 2 of them. Do you think they want that? No. Hold on. Came here with only a shirt on my back. Yeah, okay. It's a lie. You can't come over here with a shirt on your back and move your family with a airplane ticket. Y'all know how these what? I got a ticket to go to LA for $400. And you gotta find an apartment. It's a lie. Oh, they want to know. They all got in their place, got some money for you to come over, for you to work, find out, and then you give money back. That's just what it is. Unfortunately, my people was not that lucky. We had no choice. Not only did we not have a choice, they made sure that whenever we were doing good, they would take it away. Not only that, from the 1964 some bill, y'all. It's late, so I can't quote. Lord. However, you was able to function and be great, and you're here because of us. And so when I say a Myron Gaines with his Sudan non-black ass talk about black people, then take your ass back to Sudan. Go back. But you can't. You can't. So quit talking about the people that enabled you to come over here and be successful. Because if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be. Oh, Dusty. Sounds like you're speaking from a place of being a victim. This is the coonery. And I can't believe how many coons I have follow me. Like, coons, please go away. I'm not a victim living in a house. Air conditioned. I have clothes on my back. I have food. How am I? I'm not a victim. But I'm not slow or stupid. So for me to not acknowledge, you see, what the coons want white validation. And so what the coons want, they want to make sure that we forget about history. And they don't want us to talk about history. But what we do know is that history has an ability to repeat itself. That history, especially ours that has been upon centuries, can indoctrinate a generation. They don't want to tell you about generational curses. They don't want to tell you, because the conservatives will tell you that they're a Christian, but won't say that in the Bible, Jesus blessed and God blessed a generation because of their fathers. That it was the history of Abraham. It was the history of David. It was the history of them loving and being faithful to God. That God blessed a nation. History is important. It matters. But these Christians don't understand this in the conservatism, but it's biblical. Abraham and the nations was blessed because of him. And God actually, in the Bible, God actually said the 12 tribes. Let me tell you what each one of y'all are going to have because of your father and how you treated him. History is important. Were they victims? Did God create victims because of the history of one's father? No. So denying history is weird. And like I said, these whitewashed black, I don't understand it. I think it's disgusting. Please unfollow me. Go ahead on. Religion was never... Okay, Marcus, I mess with you, but religion is absolutely for us. The first Bible is from Ethiopia in the 4th... Look, before it came to America. It is. Christianity is I won't say black, but because Jesus wasn't black. But it's ours. People of color. The first Bible was in Ethiopia. It was African. So how is it not for us if we're descendants of? Jesus was a Jew. Are we not going to just read the Bible and get it? Christianity was originally practiced by folks of color. Exactly. Thank you, Austin, my darling. He's absolutely right. What is this idea of Christian was of people of color? Lord, my people are lost through the lack of education. All you gotta do is look it up. World religion class in session. Jews were black. No, they weren't. Okay, this idolatry of blackness, we gotta check on. I'm proud to be a black woman because that's what God made me. I'm proud of whom he made me. I am not just proud as everybody black is. I am not. The idolatry, the worship of your color is odd. Especially when I know when I die, my spirit is going to go to heaven. My spirit don't have a color. I'm a child of God. That has nothing to do with my race. It's my spirit. Once we start looking at people's spirit, y'all gotta chill. Dark skin Morenos up. Now y'all going back and forth, child. As a former atheist, black people, hell, all of people sick me when they speak ignorantly on the Bible. Courtney in here. Austin, I appreciate you. Austin, let me shout out Austin. Austin was on that 20 and thing with Amanda Seals. And, I reached out in comments and was like, I wasn't mad at you per se. I was mad at just everybody because I just felt like everyone was just denying the truth. That little young guy said that red line didn't happen and y'all let it rock. Like, it's okay to be conservative and be truthful. It's okay to be conservative, but love being black and want us to be better, but will not degrade being black to appease white folk. That's what I have an issue with, because they not gonna do that. You think this mass shooter that just happened today, that white kid, now he's transgender or whatever, you think white people is gonna be like, oh, he's white and I can't believe? No. But if he was black, all the black conservative, look at that nigga. They don't talk bad about themselves. Why do we do it with us? It's okay to be okay with being black. I love it. I love my melanin. It makes me look younger. Sure does. Okay, I'm out in these streets old. Do I look it? No. Why don't? Because melanin. But they don't. Austin, when he said that I lost it. Let me read you, Austin. They don't let me back up, but he is not a black, right? He's not a black American. So in that take he gave, I didn't respect his historic analysis of denying redlining. I know you didn't. I know you better than that. Austin, I know you better than that. But however, again, and I hate the separation of black people in the diaspora. I hate it. I love black people entirely. I don't care if you black here, Africa, Asia, whatever. We cover the globe. And I feel like we should have a global community. Unfortunately, you know, when immigrants come over here, they want to separate themselves as if we're not black. It's, they're black American, but we're black from Nigeria. And so we're better. No, you're not, because once you get arrested, you just another nigga. But it's that I hate it. And that's the problem. That's why you have Tariq Nasheed, the FBA. Yeah, because we're here. And you can't come over here, take our privilege that we are giving you because we had to fight for. Then all of a sudden you want to dismiss us? The audacity. No, we've gone through a lot. What you can do is understand. That's what Amanda Steele said. She said, understand. But don't take away from the black people that has been here. Because you don't know. Slavery happened years ago. It's happened years ago. Everybody died. That's what a big ass YouTuber that has millions of followers has said. I don't know why black people are still talking about slavery and racism. It's over. Everyone's equal. A lie. I've dealt with racism multiple times living in the South. My mother was the first black woman to integrate her school. So no, this is not it happened years ago. My mom did that in the 60s. Everyone is not equal. Duh. I'm not equal to you, but should I be treated equal under the law? Yeah, I should be treated equal like everybody else. But am I equal to my thoughts, my feelings, my wants, my needs, my religion? No, I'm not. I don't know why we got to say this to grown people. I ain't never been around grown folks that act silly and slow. We're not all equal. Duh. You're a man, I'm a woman. No, we're not equal in that sense. But how I should be treated, right. It should be equal to you. You should have respect for me like I have respect for you. That shouldn't change. That's it. The respect of humanity should be equal. But our roles, how we act, is different. That's how you get to know people. Yeah, y'all got me a headache. We are all in God's eyes. Yes, we are. And I praise Him every day. But child, like I said, the reason why I came over here was to talk about black fatigue and how I think it's weird because black folks has had white fatigue for centuries, and now white people is tired of black folks. Well, it's your fault. Anybody gonna say that? It's your fault. shouldn't have stole us. Shouldn't have raped us. So, you shouldn't have done it. Now you mad black people is acting out. Well, it's your fault. It's a victim mentality. Well, so let me tell you this. A victim of rape as a person is going to act out. You know what? Because it's called being human. It is the red pill. They will tell you, don't be with a woman that ain't got no father in the house. Why? Because a father in the house is going to dictate how they act. Because they're indoctrinated under women, so they're going to act more feminine. So we understand that, but then we're victims. No! It's not a victim mentality. It's understanding history and how things can make a person. And how if someone has been indoctrinated for centuries, then they're going to incorporate that in how they build in family living. That's it. And that's where we are. The indoctrination has come to a point where it's hard to see. I don't like it. I don't like seeing my sister be twerking in them weird ass outlets. I don't like it at all. It's embarrassing. It embarrasses me. But do I know where it comes from? Yes. It's the indoctrination of not having fathers in the home, which was orchestrated. No, Courtney girl. It was because the women chose welfare. No. The system said if you need help, then I don't want the man in the house. And so a lot of women would not get married, but still have the man in the home. The man ain't never left. We're just not getting married. The CDC states that today. That no, black men, they're not getting married, but the black man is the most involved in their child because that's what we've been doing for a while. And that's what we have thought that it's normal. It is not. But if we don't understand history, then we're never going to get it. Nothing wrong with my girl twerk for me. I don't care about your girl twerking for you. I'm saying her doing on social media. First of all, she's not belonging or with no one, just twerking for likes and views. And degrading herself on the internet and making other black women look a mess and a fool. That's something I got a problem with. Like, have some decency. A little class. How's your character? How's your mindset? That matters more than just who was in her home in her youth. But her mindset, her character, it incorporates that. It does matter. Her history matters. History matters. You can't say, I just want a great woman. Yeah, I know you do. But her history matters. Because that's how she created her personality a little bit. Her character, what she values, is how she was raised. There's some of us that can change it and was raised away. But was like, I was raised this way, but this is not who I'm going to become. And there's people like that, but let me tell you, there's people that's not. And I'm sorry, I'm a woman of grace. Now give people grace. Everybody wasn't able to grow up like I was. Everybody wasn't able to grow up like you was. And some of the nature, nurture thing, it matters. And I think once we get to know people and understand their history, and then you can understand how they act away, That's where the grace is. I don't know. I have put myself in a space right now for me where I've had to give myself a lot of grace because I make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. I am far from perfect. I embarrass myself. I do. I am far from it. And I'm working on God to teach me, like, I forgive you. I give you grace, but baby girl, you got to give yourself some. And sometimes I don't. And so that's what I'm working on now, is allowing myself to give the grace that I give to other people. I just want a great woman, period. Just stop talking there. You hit the middle of the strike zone. What the hell does that mean? Okay, she's back now. This Courtney, I like her. Here. What is you talking about? Anywho, grace. So ended with this. The black fatigue and all that, we have to give each other grace. Because God gave it to us. And that's just it. So, I end it now because I know it's late. But, you might have made mistakes. You might have messed up in whatever. Because we're not perfect. Give yourself grace. And know that weeping endures for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And when you wake up, you be grateful. You be happy that you're here, because a lot of people didn't make it, and we're here now. And for anybody that's watching, I'm grateful for you. Oh, anyway. All right, go back and I told you I was on here ranting, so my rants be, because it's not pre-planned. I just go off the top of the dome. It cannot always be night. Is that like a TikTok thing? Anyways, yeah. Oh, it cannot always be night. No, joy come in the morning, and I promise you, and I'm knowing this in my adulthood, that I mess up a lot. But God got his hands on me. And when I wake up, first I'm like, God, thank you for waking me up. Because I can fix what I messed up the previous day before. I can be a better Courtney than I was before. Because you gave me the ability to do that. And he gave me the grace to do that. I will always be thankful. I will always be grateful. I will always praise Jesus. And that's just it. So, all right. I love y'all. Take care. And until my next live rant, whatever's going to be on YouTube or IG, man. I do love you. And that's really from my heart. And I want everyone to be good and have a joy. So, all right. Bye, y'all.